Imagine a world where the ground can melt metal, where the air itself can crush you, where a single day lasts longer than a year, and the sky never turns blue. A world so hostile that every machine humans have ever sent there has died in less than 2 hours. This is not science fiction. This is not a distant exoplanet. This nightmare has been hanging in our skies since the dawn of humanity. Its name sounds beautiful. Its glow is mesmerizing. But beneath those bright clouds lies one of the most terrifying places in our entire solar system. Welcome to Venus, Earth's twisted twin. From far away, Venus looks almost friendly. It's nearly the same size as Earth, made of similar rock, and it orbits relatively close to us. Early astronomers once imagined oceans, jungles, maybe even alien life hiding under its thick clouds. It was called our sister planet, a possible second home waiting to be explored. But as our probes finally pierced those clouds, the illusion shattered. What they found was not a paradise. It was a planetary hellscape. The first thing that makes Venus terrifying is the heat. The surface temperature averages around 465 degrees Celsius. That's hot enough to melt lead, not boil water, not scorch metal, melt lead. And this isn't daytime heat. This is the temperature everywhere, all the time, day and night, poles and equator. Venus is actually hotter than Mercury, even though Mercury is much closer to the sun. The reason is Venus's atmosphere, which acts like a suffocating thermal blanket that traps heat with brutal efficiency. That atmosphere is the second nightmare. Venus is wrapped in an enormous blanket of carbon dioxide with clouds made of sulfuric acid. The air is so thick that standing on the surface would feel like being nearly a kilometer underwater on Earth. The pressure is about 90 times stronger than what we experience at sea level. Your body wouldn't just feel heavy, it would be crushed. Spacecraft don't just land there, and they struggle to survive the descent, like they're diving into a planetary ocean of gas. And the sky never clears. Sunlight barely reaches the surface. The thick clouds scatter and trap the light, turning the world into a dim, yellowish gloom. No blue skies, no stars at night. Just a hazy ceiling of toxic clouds stretching endlessly overhead. If you could stand there, which you couldn't, it would feel like living at the bottom of a furnace wrapped in smog. But the nightmare doesn't stop with heat and pressure. Venus spins in the strangest way possible. Most planets rotate counterclockwise. Venus rotates backward. The sun would rise in the west and set in the east. Even stranger, Venus rotates incredibly slowly. One full rotation takes about 243 Earth days. Yet a year on Venus, one trip around the sun, takes only 225 Earth days. That means a single Venusian day is longer than its entire year. Time itself behaves differently there, as if the planet is stuck in a slow, cosmic spin cycle. Then there's the surface. Radar scans reveal vast volcanic plains, towering mountains, and gigantic lava flows frozen in time. Venus is covered with more volcanoes than any other planet we know. Some scientists believe many of them could still be active right now. Imagine standing near a volcano while the ground beneath you is already hot enough to glow. Lava reshaping a landscape that is already infernal. Entire regions may be resurfaced by massive eruptions, wiping away craters and rewriting the planet's history again and again. The ground itself is alien. Instead of soil and sand, the surface is made of fractured rock plates and hardened lava fields stretching for thousands of kilometers. Massive dome-shaped structures rise like scars across the plains, formed by thick, slow-moving lava that once oozed upward and froze in place. There are strange pancake-like formations, vast rift valleys that split the crust apart, and highland regions that loom above the lowlands like continents on a broken world. It's a landscape that feels engineered by chaos. Even the colors would feel unsettling. Cameras that survive the descent reveal a world tinted in dull oranges and browns, as if everything is seen through permanent wildfire smoke. The sunlight that does reach the surface is weak and scattered, casting soft, distorted shadows. Rocks look unfamiliar. The horizon appears blurred. Nothing feels sharp or alive. It's a place where your senses would struggle to understand what they're seeing, like walking through a dream that slowly turns into a nightmare. Lightning storms may rage through the thick clouds. Winds high in the atmosphere scream around the planet at hurricane speeds, even though the surface air barely moves. The upper atmosphere circles the planet in just 4 Earth days, a phenomenon so extreme it's called superrotation. It's as if the sky itself is racing, while the planet below crawls in slow motion. And yet, despite all this chaos, Venus once might have been very different. Some models suggest it could have had oceans billions of years ago. Liquid water, mild temperatures, a world not unlike early Earth. But something went terribly wrong. A runaway greenhouse effect spiraled out of control. As the planet warmed, oceans evaporated. Water vapor trapped more heat. More heat caused more evaporation. The cycle fed itself until the planet transformed into the furnace we see today. Venus may be a warning written across an entire world, a glimpse of what happens when climate balance collapses beyond recovery. Humans have tried to explore this nightmare. Multiple robotic missions have attempted to land on the surface. Most were destroyed before even touching down. A few survived the descent, only to be cooked and crushed shortly after arrival. The longest-lasting landers function for just over 2 hours before the extreme conditions destroyed their electronics. Imagine building a machine capable of surviving space travel, only for it to be obliterated almost instantly upon arrival. Even orbiting Venus is dangerous. The atmosphere extends far into space, creating drag that can pull spacecraft downward. Corrosive chemicals threaten instruments. Extreme temperatures challenge engineering limits. Venus doesn't just resist exploration, it actively fights it. There's also a strange beauty to Venus. Its thick clouds reflect sunlight so efficiently that it's one of the brightest objects in our night sky. It's often called the morning star or evening star, shining brilliantly during sunrise or sunset. For thousands of years, humans admired it without knowing the horror hidden beneath. A glowing jewel in the sky, masking a world of fire and acid. Some scientists even speculate about floating cities, habitats suspended high in the Venusian atmosphere, where conditions are surprisingly more Earth-like. At certain altitudes, temperature and pressure become manageable. It's a bizarre idea, not living on Venus, but above it, drifting through its clouds while the nightmare churns far below. A civilization in the sky of a hellish world. Venus challenges our imagination. It forces us to rethink what makes a planet habitable. It reminds us that being Earth-like in size means nothing without the right atmospheric balance. and it stands as one of the most extreme environments we've ever discovered. A world where the surface is less like land and more like the inside of an industrial oven wrapped in toxic fog. So the next time you see that bright, star-like light in the sky, remember what's really there. Beneath the beauty lies crushing pressure, searing heat, acid clouds, endless gloom, and a landscape shaped by fire. Venus isn't just another planet. It's a cautionary tale written in rock and atmosphere. A reminder that the universe can take something familiar and twist it into something terrifying. If you enjoyed exploring the dark side of our solar system, hit subscribe and join the journey. There's a whole universe of extreme worlds waiting to be uncovered.